yoga problems. Ow, I got them. Woo, I got them today, my friends. Coming to you from the OBX, aka the outer Bazanks. Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? The Outer Banks of North Kakalaki. Wow. What a day, what a day, what a class. OBX hot yoga, bam! Punches you in the gut, in the face, in the kidneys, in the stomach. Whack, 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 whack. Pain and suffering is immense. Oh. Oh, golly. Oh. 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 Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is gonna be fun, isn't it? Something about the OBX and that highway out here, it's so busy, man. It is busy. It's like you're Frogger trying to sneak across a 4-lane highway and you know you're gonna get smoked. You know you're gonna get smazoked by the Bazanks. Oh, we're getting there, 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 we're getting there. I'm going halfway. I'm going halfway out to the halfway. I go halfway out to the halfway. I go halfway out to the halfway. Woo! You gotta make halfway. You gots to make it halfway. Gots to make it halfway. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day for yoga. It was amazing, dude. She crushes us. This is a totally new yogi. I'm smoking. I'm a piece of flimsy plywood over here. I don't know what you would call me at this point. But I got annihilated in that class. I got annihilated in that class. And I paid for it. But I paid a good rate. So here's something. There's package deals for yoga. This one was pretty good. Because usually it's a $22 per session drop in. That's a lot. Even for DC standards, that seems high. But of course they got to pay that for that extra heat. You know, like that's what the expense is. I think other yogi classes down here I've seen as low as $15 a drop in. But that $7 premium for that heat. OBX hot yoga, it's worth the delta, my friends. However, if you're smart and you look ahead and you think about the potential for multiple sessions, you can get a bit of a package discount. And I have a really good discount on a 10-pack, which you got to use over the course of 6 months. $140. That comes out to $14 a session, my friends. That's a significant savings. That's a savings of $8 per session times 10 sessions is $80. Wow. Because if you just went 10 times 22, that would be $220 instead of $140. You see how that works? Math, baby, math. I'm not good at it, but I can do it occasionally. And I definitely get a good deal. I know a deal when I see one, and I had to seize it. I had to seize that opportunity. So that was back-to-back yoga. I haven't done that in a while. Usually I give a day off in between to let my body recuperate. But as I mentioned yesterday, I'm kind of thinking about this 31-day hot yoga challenge that would start on January 1st. So I wanted to test myself just to see, do I remember what it's like going back-to-back yoga? It's not easy, my friends, if you haven't done it in a while, because your body just isn't ready for it. My body can't do that. So here's how you get around it. Now, I didn't do that today. Today, I went to 2 back-to-back hardcore classes. Like, no joke. But if you're sneaky about it, you could squeeze in like a yin class. So let's say you got 31 consecutive days. You got to plot it out. You got to look at every week in advance. What dates and times am I going? How am I going to strategize here? And you can squeeze in every other day or every a couple of days a yin, which is surprisingly challenging. Now I know it's not as exhausting. It's not as taxing on the constitution in a sense, but it's mentally exhausting because you get in these poses and you just hold them for 3, 4, 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, you get in the frog pose for more than 1:30, my head's gonna explode like scanners. It's not a pleasant experience. So even yin, while not painful, it's painful, while not, respiratorily, what's the word I would use here? Taxing on your lungs and stuff. It's a mental challenge. So 31 days is gonna suck, but what if I made it to 30? I was just thinking today as I was doing my meditation app and breathing exercises, I was imagining the idea of 31 days of consecutive yoga. And I thought, if I can reach that threshold, why wouldn't I just keep it going? Maybe I would push it to like 50 days. And if you get to 50, then maybe you want to make it to 100. And heck, let's face it, if you make it 100 consecutive days of hot yoga, what's stopping you from going for 365? Going for a whole year? That's where my brain starts to go. That's where I start to think about the possibilities. Because there's nothing that prevents me from doing yoga every day for the rest of my life. It's a decision. It would be a choice. It would be a terrible choice. It would be bananas, insane. But what if it became that ritualistic and that core part of your existence? The way that almost like breathing is, right? Like, you do certain things. You take a shower almost every day, unless you're like living in Europe or something. I can take showers every other day if I feel like I need to be clean, man. I got to clean it up. Especially if I'm doing hot yoga. You do hot yoga, you need a shower, boy. You need a shower. You stank. So when I'm on this hot yoga push, I'm going to have to be taking showers every day. Man, oh man, the Outer Banks. What a beautiful place. Have you ever been down here? Man, oh man. The cool part we just passed is Kitty Hawk National Park. That's where those Wright brothers came down here and figured out the miracle of flight. I mean, what a remarkable innovation. And from 13? No. Was it 1909? Oh no, you can't remember when they took off that when they first flew, can you? I think it was 13. Let's go with that. Does that sound right? That sounds right to me. From that time frame to 1969 moon landing. Imagine that. What an amazing feat of technology, innovation, progress, human ingenuity, dude. How the heck did we get on the moon? I mean, that is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. In such a short period of time. There are human beings that live to witness all of that. Then you get into commercial air travel, and it seems like it's been in like a state of, what we call it, stasis for decades. So hopefully we'll get some regulatory reform and we'll fix that problem. We'll get some innovation, get some, cleaner burning supersonic engines that can blast people across the country at much, much faster pace. Maybe we all get little mini flying drones that take us around. There's all sorts of possibilities. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. As much as I like to drive, which I do, I can imagine a world where I'm just getting driven around by the algorithms. Take me home. Take me to yoga. Take me to the bar. Please, I would say please, even to the robots. I'm a courteous guy. Here's the thing about that class. Let's talk about the yoga, hot yoga problems. That's the name of this podcast. Let's get back on track, Raffity. Let's talk about Saturday classes in the Outer Banks at hot yoga, OBX style. Holy moly. It is packed. That was a packed house. Now, I got there early. I was the first person in the room, as always, because I'm a type A yoga fiend. Got to get in there. Got to get my spot. But it filled up quickly. And that place was at capacity, which is probably about 30, 40 people. Fairly small room, very hot. Adding those number of bodies, man, that just really adds, that just makes it even more unbearable. The flow was not aggressive, but it was intense. There was a lot of holding of postures. Oh. Here's the thing too, man, going back to back like I just did, there's something going on with my knees, man. So that yogi squat, which I usually pride myself on, I can do a yogi squat. As a guy, that's not the easiest thing. You gotta have good hips, good knees, good ankles. A little yogi squat action. Today, my yogi squat was not so hot. And my hero's pose was jacked. How can you not do a hero's pose? That's one of the easiest poses of all. You just sit back on your feet, like on your, I don't know how to describe it. The tops of your feet are on the floor and you sit back and you're sitting on your feet. Does that make any sense? That's the hero's pose. Usually I'm good to go, but my right kneecap is like busted out. Something happened, man. I couldn't do that hero's pose. I felt like a tool because everyone else is doing the heroes and they're reaching back and doing all these back bends, and it's almost like a modified camel or something. I don't know what they were doing. I just was like sitting there like a tool. Yeah, I'm a tool. I don't have any flexibility. I don't. What is this? What are we doing here? Is this called hot yoga? I've never been this before. That was me today. So yeah, it was good, man. And again, very, very, very polite, courteous, constantly reminded that we don't have to do the poses that she calls. I'm like, yeah, but I just paid you $22. I mean, $14 since I got the discount. Still, I'm paying you to tell me what to do, baby. Come on, let's go. I'm paying you to tell me what pose to strike, what flow to take. I need some direction. I need some instruction. You're the teacher. You're the yogi. Now they're always like, oh, listen to your body. You're your own instructor. You know what your body needs. I'm like, no, my body needs a Big Mac right about now, but I don't do that. I'm waiting for you to tell me if I need to go to Warrior 2 or Triangle. I can't just sit here in Warrior 1 all day. I can do an extended side angle. I can do that for a long time. But you got to tell me what to do. I can't just sit around and wait. If I want to do what I want to do, I wouldn't even be here. You understand that? Does that make sense to people? What is your body asking for? It's asking for a Big Mac, big supersized fries. I still order supersize. I still ask for supersize. No one's ever corrected me. I don't think that's an even available size anymore, but I still go for it. Supersize. I want the supersized fries, supersized soda, supersized Big Mac. I sometimes ask for a double Big Mac. That is probably enough calories for a week. I think it's 4 patties. So it's like double cheeseburger on a Big Mac. I mean, that's unbelievable. Supersized fries. I like how it rhymes. Supersized fries. That's what I would be doing right now, lady. I don't want to be doing the twisted Abaguchis. I don't want to do that. I want to eat. I'm hungry. Yoga makes me hungry. When I get out of yoga class, I'm like ravenous, man. And here's the funny thing. I don't even drink water during class. They do water breaks way too much. We don't need water breaks. And anytime you're taking a break, the clock is ticking. My time in the heat is dwindling. I want to maximize my exposure and my flexibility. Let's go. No breaks, no stop. Let's move it. That's why I will say I'm impressed with Down Dog Yoga. This is a small little franchise, not a franchise, a little local chain in the DC area. They always do the Journey to Power. So it's a one sequence. Oh, it's like 30 poses or something. It's great, but they don't stop. They don't slow down. I haven't done Journey to Power in a long time. I used to know it by heart. I could memorize it. I could crush it. I gotta go to Down Dog one of these days just to check back in, see where I stand on the Journey to Power. I bet I would crumble. So yeah, a lot of yoga I'm getting now is varied. It's mixed. Like today's flow was a lot different than yesterday's flow. Same core power. It's always a little bit different. You know, the yogis, it's very, very instructor based. It's not top down. It's not like everyone in the core power system across the land is doing this flow today. And it's instruction manual. You can look it up in advance. That's how they do it at Orange Theory. That's an interesting model. I wonder why. Maybe it's because as yogi practitioners, we like the variety. We like a little, independence. It's interesting. Why wouldn't a studio at least have one class? I'm going to make the suggestion, the core power. I think you should have at least one class that is across the country, the same flow. And you can look it up online to look at the flow and you go, do I want to do this? Am I ready for this sequence today? Am I up to the challenge? And you can make a determination for yourself that's the right flow for what you're feeling. That's a great model. It's very top down and control oriented. It's not typically how I do things, but there's something satisfying about knowing that all across the land, anybody in the 9 a.m. Core Power 2 class is getting the same exact sequence. That's an idea. I'm gonna have to float that idea past the powers that be. See what they say. Maybe they would run with it. Maybe they would call it the Raffity. The Raff flow of the day. What if I could just prescribe it? I don't have to do it. I could just write it out. There'd be no logic to it. I just want to do tree poses like for half the class. I miss the tree pose. I used to do the tree pose all the time. I'm a tree master. I'm not that good at it, but I mean, I like it. I like the tree. It's been a while since I've done some standing poses, some balance poses. I feel like I'm losing something here. That's ultimately up to you. Because as the yogis say, strike a pose, take whatever you need. Raffity, you want to do headstands, go for it. One of these days I'm going to get the power and gumption and fortitude to step up and do the poses I want to do no matter what is being called. She's doing cat cows, which go, I don't need cat cows in my life. I need headstands in my life. I need inversions. I need crows. Maybe that's the way I can accelerate my progress. Just defy the yogi. Just go in with my own flow and be like, yo, I'm paying for the heat. I'm not paying for your instruction. I'm not paying for the class. I'm paying for this environment where I can be free to do the flow I want to do at my pace. That's not a good attitude, man. I think you got to take the class, and I think it just works better when I'm taking instructions. Plus, when there's a lot of people in class like today, 40 people, 40, 35, 40, I don't know, it was crammed. I didn't get a head count. I don't count. I was eyeballing the situation. I did not get a specific head count. Apologies, okay? But when you get to that level of compression, there is a sense of rivalry that emerges. Like, where do I stand in proximity to these 35, 40 other yogis? Surely I'd be in the top half. Maybe not, though. These people down here know what they're doing. There was some dude behind me. He was jacked. He was ripped. He was like The Rock. But he was also super flexible. That guy is probably the most healthy dude I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, wow. I don't have many muscles. I got decent flexibility. If you can get strength, physique, composition, mass, and flexibility, you're probably going to live to like 130. Granted, you'll spend half that time in the gym or in the yoga studio. So what does that mean about you? What good are those years if you're just slaving away? That's why I'm not a big fan of like spending hours and hours in the weight room to try to, slow down, boy, slow down, boy, slow down, boy, slow down. As we pull into Georgetown Sands, there was a little traffic light. It was like a speed trap. It was like, you're going too fast, you're going too fast. I'm gonna take a picture of your license plate. I think it was just a warning. I don't think I got the ticket. I'm a real, the whole idea of just monitoring speed like that, it's appalling to me. It's very upsetting. I don't want to end on a bad note. I had a great day today. End on a positive note. 2 consecutive days of yoga. I think I can do this for real. I think I can do this. Now, here's the problem. Someone's parked in the lane. I think it's the refrigerator repairman. We had a refrigerator ice machine issue that manifested, so we had to deal with that. Refrigerator repairman's here. That's cool. I'll just park next to him out here. Hopefully I won't block anybody. 2 consecutive days of hot yoga. I'll probably do another one. Oh, this is my guy. Hey, what's up? Are you here to do the ice? Oh, you did? Thanks, man. It was broken. So we might need to get a new refrigerator. Okay. Well, it's an old one probably. We'll probably just get a new one, I guess, or use the ice makers for a little bit, a little old school. Thanks for coming by. Take it easy. Yeah, the ice machine, man. The ice machine. Ice, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Ice, baby. Ding, 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 ding. The ice machine is broken. Yeah, so I'm going to pull into my garage. It's not really garage. It's more like, what do we call that? A canopy. Well, alas. I got to buy a new refrigerator. I got to buy a new television because the remote control's all busted. When you own a rental property and you just know it's going to get destroyed, that's not a great feeling. But the idea that you're getting equity in a second place is kind of nice, and we like to come down here. So it works out, man. It's all worth it in the end. I'm not going to complain. Yoga was good today. Outer Banks is cooking. I'm chowing down. I'm going to just gorge myself. It's Saturday night, you know, I'm gonna go bananas, and then New Year's Eve down here is a blast. So it's been a great time. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Raff's Brain Hot Yoga Problems Outer Banks Special Edition. I might hit in one more Outer Banks yoga class on Tuesday or Monday. Stay tuned. Until then, namaste, mofos. Yeah.